the sad fact of the matter is, I have a long list of things that Joan taught me not to do. Like,
but you're doing them anyways?
No. Like about somewhere in my sophomore year of college, I realized, well, I don't want to screw up college like Joan did. And so I started taking it seriously. So I went from D's and C's to pretty much getting A's. And then of course, recently, when last August or whatever, when we went to Aunt Sis's funeral, I mean, I was surprised that she looked like she was in pretty rough shape, and that's when I decided to change how I eat and stuff like that. Yep. So I'm grateful. I also remember as a kid, Dad sitting on Joan's bed. I always got the feeling Joan must have been a late night person, coming in late at night. And in the morning, he'd always be sitting on her bed, listening to her gripe about her work, which at the time, I think it might have been the pool. I don't know. I don't even remember where it was. I remember her in a little, single bed with Dad sitting there, and she'd be kind of griping.
Venting?
And so I thought, okay, I hope when I get a job, I don't do that a lot, but I still do that a lot.
So those are the one things.
Yeah. So.
And since you did so good in school, you decided to go more school and then more school.
I just ended up with what happened, but I still didn't graduate before Karen. So.
I didn't do that many.
She graduated the weekend before I did.
Different school.
We had a little competition going.
I see.
But she was much more hungover than I was.
Oh, man.
Joan or Karen?
Karen.
Oh my gosh. I barely remember it. Yeah. Wasn't into drinking, but when I graduated.
I see.
That's changed.
You're not going to pass that on to others, are you?
No.
Oh, they never touch the stuff.
This legacy ends here.
The beer. Anyway. I've been trying to think of something to say. There's a lot to say. No, I'm fine. I'm just...
Yeah, sure you are.
You're going to miss all the advice, aren't you?
I am. Actually, I'm going to miss a lot of things.
I know Patricia's going to miss that stuff.
We used to meet for lunch on a regular basis. We worked together for a while. Called all the time.
Lived together for a while.
Lived together on and off and on.
Don, you lived with her for a short time.
I did. When the folks decided to do it,
Skip
go
town.
off
They
the
didn't
mission.
tell you what the new address was.
No.
It took a while.
They said, let's just live with your
Bye.
sister.
Yeah. But she had two things that I envied. She had a strong sense of fairness. That everything had to be fair. That kind of got her whipped up into fights with the people at the association, and probably actually did her in eventually. The other thing is she had a very sensitive heart. And that was the other thing that got her, I think. We don't really have any details on that, but her two great strengths were the things I think that were eventually her downfall. But I miss her a lot.
And I heard a story about something I had never heard, and it was in Virginia with the wards, and it was one of those things that somebody, we mentioned that Joan passed away, and they go, oh yeah, I remember when she used to, and you're like, I never heard anything about this. She used to go over to my best friend Tom Ward, who he's still friends with in Virginia. She used to go there and sit on the front porch and knit with Tom's mother for hours and hours. And Tom's sisters remember it, but Tom doesn't remember it. I don't remember it. I presume it was when I was in service. But she used to sit over there, and the two of them would sit on the front porch knitting away. And it's like, wow, never even know that happened.
Yeah.
So to your point about the big heart, I think she knew, this might have been after Tom's dad passed away. or was out doing his sales thing or whatever, and she just found somebody that knew how to knit and spent time with him. So I think it was a memory that a lot of people, even outside our family, carry with them as far as what a nice lady she was and very social and stuff. So, yeah, it's quite a person. You guys have heard of her mostly because of Pat and her calling Pat.
Every day.
I was going to say regularly, but every day is
I think it was
okay.
every day.
And just the fact that, yeah, she tried to keep in touch with family. And I remember all the years she spent helping take care of our father while he was in assisted living.
Yes.
And the fact that she took care of all of his personal needs, making sure that he had the right products, making sure that he would change his clothes every day, making sure that the place was clean, and she would visit him regularly, and there was a concern.
Take him for
to the doctor.
massages.
Yep.
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 Yeah.
And to the point where people with dementia, typically they tend to wear the same clothes day after day because they take it off at night, they put it down, they wake up, they go, oh, my clothes, and they put them back on again.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I know you still do that, but eventually there will be an excuse for that. But she actually talked to the caregivers there and said, I will make up outfits on hangers, put the hangers in the closet, one for each day. When he goes to sleep, you come in, you take these clothes and put them in the hamper, take your hook, the clothes from these, hang them out, and that's what he'll wear. And that's the only reason he changed clothes. It's because he had that routine set up. And yeah, just a very caring lady.
So yes, and when Karen and Don were working on sorting all the various things in the condo, they came upon a beautiful stash of baby blankets. And what?
Big stash
Yeah,
of babies.
huge stash. And what's going to happen with those? So probably about 3/4 of them have been donated to the special care nursery at Alexian Brothers, which is the hospital right by the condo. And I saw the manager of the special care nursery the other day, and she said that everybody that has gotten one of the blankets loves it, and they cover the babies with them, and it's just a lot more homey look and feel and everything than the blankets that they have in the hospital. So she said that they are really enjoying those. So more of her big heart.
You know what's funny when I look at this? I'll never forget.
Can you say what this is?
The stone. Karen and I brought Dad out here once, and he goes, "Boy, that's disturbing," because his name was already on it.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yep.
Anybody else? She used to babysit you guys. That's
You
what
probably don't remember being little then.
I just remember the Aunt Joan.
Andrew.
It's funny. Joan used to come over to my place in Mundline all the time.
I remember you
And then
mentioning that. And
she-
watching TV or something.
So she'd just always come over, something to do, hang out. And then one day she came over and she'd always do her laundry. Said, "Bring your laundry, do it over here." And then one day she hit her head on a shelf that happened to be, I didn't install it. It was just above the washer or dryer or something. She goes, "I will never come back here again."
She did.
And she did.
The lady of her word.
Yep.
Yes. She made up her mind.
Now, did she ever babysit these guys when they were young?
You just said they did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
I know
Okay.
you're thinking about something else.
I was looking at, it looks to me like the print on Joan's print is just like printed, but it's deep in there.
It's carved in. It's just lighter because it was done.
Because she somehow Karen and Justin were always too much of a handful for her. She'd always if they babysat, we'd come home and she'd complain, and at some point we kind of just stopped doing that. We didn't think she enjoyed it.
You guys were good. Much trouble.
You guys were probably perfect as kids, so
That's what I remember.
As you mature, that's changed, I'm sure.
Okay. The next.
Have you ever heard any stories about? Now, was Trish at NIU and Joan was there, or was there not much of an overlap? I don't know.
No, Trish went during one of those bring her sister or bring her
Okay.
to school.
'Cause I would
Sometime,
think that Joan
and-
would have been quite the big sister
No.
and kind of
no,
not leave
there
her
was
alone.
a bunch of animosity at that age.
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah. No.
Because I went one time and stayed with Pat for an overnight thing.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't remember Joan even being mentioned, even though was she there?
So she started and stopped and started and stopped. So I don't.
Well, yeah,
I
I
saw
don't
the
know if she went through
transcripts.
the whole year at NIU, and I don't know how long she went.
Well, she was there long enough for Karen.
Well, no, that was her third time going back.
Well, I know, but I'm just
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know that she was actually at school when I went back,
Oh.
or when I went there as a freshman.
Actually, I don't think she went back. They probably wouldn't have allowed her back. She just went to a lot of junior colleges, and she went to junior college, I think, in Dubuque, and all sorts
At
of.
Oakton College here.
Yeah.
She kept trying.
Yep. And Mom voiced a little frustration, but she said that Dad would never give up on his little girl. So
Yep.
that's just the way it was.
Well, if nobody else has anything else to say, the next thing is that gentleman
Drop
over
the
there.
brick.
Well, do
Drop
the drop.
the brick. Drop the brick.
I didn't even notice him. Has he come back?
Yep.
So is this like slid down on top of the brick?
No, actually, it's on
Formed
the
in.
bottom that they put the ashes in.
Okay.
We're going to be witnessing the full burial, correct?
Yep.
How do you know when we did that goes on?
Just
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Want to stand here?
concludes our services.
Thank
On
you.
behalf of St. Michael Cemetery and myself, our condolences on your loss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Okay. Try putting it in your GPS.